Hi, Maria here. Welcome to my channel. Today, I'm excited to share with you the fragrances that I wore for the past 3 weeks. I'm not going to share everything. I'm just going to share some ones that I had some real thoughts on that I thought you'd be interested in. I'm excited. So before I get started, if you haven't subscribed, just go ahead and hit that button. Join the Weird Wonderful family. It would be amazing to have you part of the community. And without further ado, let's get into this. So the first fragrance that I want to talk about is Michael Malul London's Joie de Vie. Now, first of all, I've mentioned this bottle. I just think it's an absolutely gorgeous bottle. Looks beautiful on a vanity. The problem is that I can't smell it very well. Someone commented the other day that they bought Light Blue Love is Love, and they were so disappointed because they could barely smell it and it only lasted about 20 minutes. My friend actually gave me Love is Love because of that. So totally get it. For me, I smell it strong on the cap. I spray it on me. I can smell it for a good 5 hours. It's really amazing. However, sometimes we don't perceive fragrances all the same way. That's the case for Joie de Vie. Now, I looked on Fragrantica. It gets excellent recommendations from what I could tell. The longevity was considered moderate to longer lasting. I can barely smell it on the cap. And when I spray it on my skin within about 10, 20 minutes, I can barely smell it. Now, if I keep revisiting, and I sprayed like really went in ham to try get something out of this, because I've tried it a couple times and couldn't smell it. So same thing. I tried it. I can't smell it. So I did notice it on my skin for a long time. So if I went right up like this and sniffed, I could smell it slightly. So it was always there, stayed on the skin for like a good 8 hours. But as far as getting any sort of a projection or sillage or being able to notice it on my skin other than a skin scent, no, it didn't work. So this is kind of a freshy smell. To me, although the notes don't indicate it, it smells like grapefruit to me. I just feel sad because I think that this would be a great freshy kind of everyday fragrance if I could smell it. So this one, I think, honestly, I'm going to have to declutter because as much as I think that bottle is beautiful, I can't smell it. So that's my thoughts. Now, the next fragrance that I tried was Hani Mori by Hani Mori. Now, this is the Eau de Parfum. I've had this for quite a while. This got a lot of hype from Demi Rawling, I think, years ago. The primary star of this show is the ylang ylang. So it smells like that smooth, creamy, kind of a vanillic ylang ylang. It doesn't smell banana at all. Like sometimes ylang ylang to me comes across kind of banana-y. This doesn't. This just smells smooth and creamy. It's quite synthetic. There's some berry notes in here. I don't really get that. What I get is an ylang ylang almond vanilla combination. Very, very sweet, almost candy-like, but kind of creamy, like not milky creamy, but just kind of that smooth, delicious, creamy ylang ylang that you can get. So it's definitely a floral. This one I'm liking more and more, and I just recently got to smell Ylang in Gold by M. Micallef. Hesse had purchased it, and they do smell an awful lot alike. So I would have to try them side by side. But having Hani Mori, I don't know if I would feel the need to have Ylang in Gold. So I would definitely finish this before I ever purchased Ylang in Gold. They're very beautiful. Like I said, a little bit synthetic. They're very relaxing, and the longevity on this was actually really amazing. So I oversprayed, but in the summer, if you overspray with this, you smell it for a good 8 hours, I would say. So it was long lasting on me. Really enjoyed the scent bubble I got. It feels relaxing. It feels kind of like one of those vacation fragrances without being tropical feeling. So even though there's ylang in this, it doesn't feel like overly tropical. There's not tropical notes in it other than the yellow floral. But I really enjoy this. I enjoy the almond in it. I enjoy the ylang ylang. I find it very relaxing. It's very sweet, but just a fun fragrance. And this is pretty affordable too. So again, this is more synthetic, I would say, than ylang and gold, but it gives you kind of the same vibe. So really happy to have this one. It took me quite a long time actually to warm up to this. But yeah, I really enjoy it. Now, another fragrance that I've worn that I really enjoyed is Jardin de Misfa by Unui Nomad. Now, the weird thing about this one has fig. So the primary notes are fig and rose. So when I smell this on the cap, it has that tart, kind of sweet candied rose that is in something like Rose's Vinny. And it kind of reminds me of Angel Share. So or Florence. So it's that tart candied rose, very, very similar to Rose's Vinny on the cap. Now the thing is, or like that, like I can smell the fig. So it kind of reminds me of Camera a little bit, kind of reminds me of Angel Share a little bit. The weird thing about this one is I'm not really a huge fan of the smell of it on the cap. So on the cap, I get that tart factor and it makes me not want to put it on my skin. So that's the first thing. Once I put it on the skin, it's just gorgeous. Like, it's beautiful. So once I have it on the skin, I get the fig, I get the rose. Those are the primary things. It's a little bit tart, but it's kind of airy. It's very sweet. It's very feminine to me. It's very easy to wear, and it's fun because it just smells sweet and delicious, and it lasts all day. So I put this on, kind of went in ham again, because I know that even though this one is pretty darn potent, I wanted to be able to really smell it and have it present. So I could smell it all day. I'd get whiffs of it in the air, and it just smells so amazing. So on the cap, you're getting the full concentration, and it's a bit much. The cool thing about this is, although it does remind me of Rose's Vinny, I feel like it's an airier, more delicate, a little bit more complex version with that fig in there. Plus somehow I find it more classy. So I don't find Rose's Vinny by Mancera to be a classy fragrance. It's a fun fragrance, but I don't find it classy because it's just kind of bam in your face. This one is definitely more somehow classy. I'm loving Unui Nomad, honestly. Like, I've got now, I think 4 fragrances from them, and I really love every one of them. So I love this one. I really love Love at First Sight. I also have Suma Oriental. I really love that one. I haven't really talked about that one since I first tried it because I'm waiting for the fall. And then I have another one that I recently got that will be more for the fall. So I'll share that one a little bit later. But really, really enjoying this line. So yeah, this one, fun fragrance to wear. If you like something like Florence by Swiss Arabian or Rose's Vinny, my guess is you'd like this one, although I don't know if you need both of them in your collection. But this one with the fig is really nice. So if you think of a Camera, I would think of Camera by Lattafa as being a fall version and this being more of a spring-summer version. So it's got a little bit of depth, a little bit of sweetness, kind of a little bit different. Yet it stays light enough that it's not going to choke you out in the summer and the spring. Now, the next fragrance, I know I've talked about a lot, but I just can't get enough of it. And it is Coco Vinny by Mancera. This one, like, instantly, it's like, like instantly, you want to party when you put this one on. It smells so delicious. What I love about this is the peach note in here. So it's a bit peach. It also has a bit of a tartness in it. So it makes my mouth kind of go a little bit in that opening. And then you get that delicious kind of coconut that's really quite thick. I like the opening of this better. The mid, not as much, but then in the dry down, I really love it then too. So really, really enjoy this fragrance. The longevity is insane on this, like 12 hours insane. So, or more insane. So love, love, love this fragrance. So glad I have it. I love the peach note in this. I still do want holidays, but I'm really, really happy with this one. It's just a great fragrance. If you like coconut, if you like vanilla, if you like peach, this is a great one. I wouldn't consider this classy. This is like a fun party fragrance. This would be a great clubbing fragrance. I think if you were like going somewhere tropical and you want to smell delicious, like kind of like almost a little bit of a boozy coconut deliciousness, this would be a great one to choose. It's a fun fragrance to wear. You could honestly wear this all year round. If you want to party, like you want to feel like a party, then this would be the fragrance to go for, because it's just so celebratory and fun. And I'm addicted to that opening. Like I'm addicted to that opening. Like the smell of that peach, and there's a little bit of tartness in there. You are amazing. Like seriously amazing. Now, another fragrance that I haven't talked about that much this year, but absolutely love, is Dolce Amalfi by the Casmerati line from Xerjoff. This is like the most delicious summer gourmand. Like seriously, I can't get over how delicious this is. So this one is weird because the notes don't represent what I smell. So this has quince, cardamom, apple, and saffron. I do get that saffron for sure. I get some of that quince, like you get that juiciness. So it must be the apple and the quince. It has cloves, tolu balsam, and incense in the mid. And then it has vanilla, tonka bean, amber, cedar, and musk in the base. What I get is juicy deliciousness in the opening, and then caramel, like kind of a caramely, I don't know, syrupy kind of feel in this one. It's a fun fragrance to wear. It's definitely sweet and delicious. If you're a saffron fan, this is definitely one to check out. But the beauty of this one is that even though it's sweet, even though it's got that gourmand feel, you're not going to feel choked out by this one. So such a happy, fun fragrance to wear. Works fantastic in the heat. You could honestly wear this all year round as well, but in the heat, I just think it's so gorgeous. Now, I was on Instagram and I saw someone talking about Dolce & Gabbana's PERFUME. Now, I have only worn this in the fall and winter. Somehow it just, I thought of it as more of a cold weather fragrance. But someone was talking about it and I thought, why don't I try it in the summer and see if I notice a difference? So this one is supposed to feel kind of like a raspberry marshmallow. So I tried it and I still am not crazy about it. So I definitely liked it better actually in the warm weather. I got a tiny hint of what maybe could be some sort of synthetic raspberry along with the marshmallow. It was sweet. It still felt cozy. So this would be good on a rainy day in the summer to me. It would still work even in the heat. I didn't find it cloying at all. But it just doesn't wow me. So I keep trying it and it never wows me. So I think this one, maybe it's time to have to declutter it, because you don't move me. Like it does not move me in the slightest. So we'll see what happens. I'm glad I tried it. Definitely liked it better in the hotter weather. So you never know, I might give it one more go, but it's just not, it never has worked for me. Feels kind of boring, feels really synthetic. And I find that sometimes I'll sniff a fragrance and I'm like, that's kind of good, but I'm doing this with my face. Like, it's kind of good, but I can't help this face. And so why would I want to wear something that's kind of good? Like, why? Like, I wear fragrances to enjoy it. I wear fragrances to like boost my mood or make me feel powerful. Why would I put on a just kind of good fragrance? Like, why would I do that to myself? So I've just talked myself out of this. I've got to let you go. You got to go. Now, it was kind of rainy. This is the last one I have for you. And so I thought I'd put on Musk Noir's Rose for her. And I am seriously so freaking in love with this fragrance. I love the plummy goodness. This has musk in it, feels a little bit powdery. You know what? When I put this on, it kind of reminded me of Jeulia Noir somehow, and one other fragrance that's kind of like that. I don't think it was Dama Bianca, but something that's similar to that. So Jeulia Noir, and then there's another one that I've tried that I really like that's really powdery. This kind of reminded me of that, but I like this one better than any of those. So you get that delicious plum. It's sweet, it's sexy, it's sultry, like so like this one. You know, I feel like the woman that wears this fragrance probably talks in a soft voice like this, and she always wears black blouses that are slightly see-through. Like that's the vibe that this one gives me. I love this fragrance. Super sexy, but somehow cozy with that musk. It's comforting. This is an absolutely amazing fragrance. If you haven't tried it, especially if you're a Narciso Rodriguez fan, I'm not a Narciso Rodriguez fan, and I absolutely love this. Musk and Me, it's kind of iffy, but this is so phenomenal. It's sexy. This is what I would wear for a date night in the summer. You could pretty much wear it any time of the day or night, all year round, in my opinion. But it is super kind of sexy, seductive, intoxicating, sultry. It gives that vibe. So I really love it. It lasts, again, for a really long time on the skin. I'd say I get about 8 hours out of this, and you get little whiffs here and there. So such a fantastic fragrance. Overall, really, really enjoy these fragrances. Wanted to bring them to your attention. The Joie de Vie by Michael Malul, that's the major miss. I just can't smell it. So I go anosmic, or maybe it just doesn't have much smell, but that one's a no-go for me. And Poor Femme is very boring. So 2 misses, but the rest of them are absolutely amazing. What about you? Have you tried Joie de Vie by Michael Malul? What do you think of it? What do you think of Michael Malul fragrances in general? I would love to hear your thoughts. I have smelt quite a few of them and really enjoy the smell of quite a few of them. So I'd like to know your thoughts, and let me know what you're loving and what have been your major misses lately. And other than that, I hope you have an amazing week, and we'll talk to you soon.